friends, do you struggle with ticks in your yard? Do you have a dog who is roaming around and bringing all the ticks into the house? Or do you have kids who are playing in the backyard and you really want to make sure that your lawn is safe for them to play and roll around in? Then this video is for you. Today I'm going to show you how I treat my lawn every year in spring to make sure it is tick-free for the remainder of the season, and all without any chemicals. It's a biological treatment which works really, really great for us. It's now the fourth year we're using it, and yeah, it works like magic. It's wonderful. Let me give you a little bit of background. So when we moved into this house here, which is in a zone 6 in southern Massachusetts, we have a beautiful fenced-in lawn. We have a Bernese mountain dog who loves to melt into the ground most of her days and hide under the trees in the shadows, especially when it started to get warm. But she also goes at night and sleeping in our teenager's bed here. So for that reason, having her drag ticks in is an absolute no-go, obviously. So I really wanted to look for something which is not chemical or anything like that, because I'm growing here organic vegetables and flowers without any chemicals. So I didn't want to like risk any contamination with any type of chemicals from the lawn. And of course, we have a lot of pollinators here, so I want to have an application which is safe for humans, pets, and the pollinators. And that is what we're looking at today. So you're probably wondering now, ooh, what is that magical treatment? It is called beneficial nematodes. What are beneficial nematodes? They are microscopic, already naturally occurring microorganisms in the soil. There are different types and different strains for different pests, but what they do is they basically parasitize their prey and get rid of it. So once we're looking here, I put the description here below in the video, because don't let me try to pronounce that, but the one we're using here is attacking ticks. So what is important to treat your lawn with beneficial nematodes? It's not difficult, it just needs a little bit of planning, because those are live organisms. So when they come to you, you got to put them in the fridge straight away. They only last about for 10 to 14 days in the fridge. So you got to need to plan that you're actually able to apply them when you order them. So that's the first thing. You also need to make sure that the weather is fitting. You shouldn't have nights below 40 degrees anymore, and ideally not too hot. So early in spring is usually the best way and the best time to apply those. I'll put those quickly back into the fridge until we are ready to get them started. Again, they're live organisms. You got to treat them like that. So how do we apply beneficial nematodes? You will need a pump sprayer of some sort. You could also use a watering can. That will make it very tedious and very laborious. I would recommend a pump sprayer, or maybe one of those backup pump sprayers. We've used that one for 3 years in a row and it works fine for us. And yeah, that makes it easy to treat the lawn, because what we are going to do is we will divide the powder, and that's really how it looks like. It's a little powder, into portions, and treat this and mix it with water and treat this in the lawn. If you have never done this before, one portion or one part which you need to do first is to fill up your pump sprayer and measure how many fillings you need to treat the area you want to treat for your lawn. For us, we know that for our area, we need exactly 4 fillings of pump sprayer to make it once over the entire lawn. We have quite a big lawn here, so that is important to know, because what we then do is we'll take the powder, divide it by 4, so 4 fillings, to just ensure that we have the equal amount of nematodes going into each area. So that is one step you got to take first, to take your pump sprayer, fill it up empty with water, and then just see how long it takes for you to get the lawn or the area you want to treat watered. Then, and this is the reason why we're here in this early morning, it's before 8 a.m. in the morning. That's why it looks still so nice and dewy. I prefer to do it in the mornings, because then I can skip a step, because you need to moist the lawn and wet it before you start, so that the nematodes, when you apply them, can really sink in nicely. So once we're ready to divide the powder, then we are filling up the pump sprayer and get going. One thing which is also helpful is if the grass is cut short. Again, that just helps to make sure that the maximum amount of nematodes can make it into the soil in the end. Yeah, and then we just treat the lawn and pump it and spray it over it. And afterwards, we take a water hose and water it in well afterwards. And that is pretty much it. It sounds more like it is. The temperature and the time frame of you being able to actually apply it when you order it is the most tricky part for me, usually in logistics. It has to be thought through a little bit. You also don't want to do it when the sun is burning down. So either in the mornings or in the evenings is the best time to apply it. Think of it watering down. Make sure you know how to distribute and divide it for the equal amount you need it, and you're good to go. All right, let's get going. So this is what it looks like. I get my beneficial nematodes from Arbica Organics for the third year or fourth year in a row now. And yeah, they work always wonderful. They have great customer service in case you have questions. And yep, it's really just like powder. And what I always do is making sure I know how much it is. So it's like 58 divided by 4. It's like, what is it, 14 and a half something. So I'll use a little plastic bag. Ooh, great, open that. And you can see it's really just looks like powder, right? So it's 3 grams. And then I have here a measuring spoon. No worries, that is one I only use for garden purposes. And then I'll just scoop here about 14. 15, that's good enough. Okay. Just close it quickly. And this really just ensures that you are using the same amount of nematodes in all areas. So it's an important step to make sure you have equal amount of treatment. But once you got it, everything else is fairly quick. And again, you do that once a year and you are getting rid of all ticks. So I think it's definitely worth it. So I filled up already the pump sprayer. I took 1 package of our measured nematodes. And put that one in. Pop it out just a little bit. Pump it up. And we're ready to go.